Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be drawing this faded flower using colored pencils. So for this drawing I was working with several different brands of pencils, including Prismacolor, Polychromos, Caran d'Ache Luminance, Derwent Lightfast, Derwent Drawing, and Holbein pencils. And I was drawing on Legion Rising Museum Mount board, and I was blending everything out with a solvent, which is Utrecht Nude Odorless Paint Thinner. I worked on this drawing from left to right, and I just started by outlining each of the petals and then blocking in where I wanted my highlights and my shadows to go, coming over everything with the mid-tone colors, blending with solvent, and then coming back through to smooth everything out, adjust my colors, adjust my values, and add any details that I wanted on that particular area. And each of these petals is so different. I used a lot of the same colors. For example, on the left side here, I was using more of the purples, lots of red, violet from Polychromos, even some magentas. And as I moved toward the right side of the drawing, I moved to more of the reddish, purplish browns. And so I was bringing in some of the light and dark umber, also some Caput Mortem and Caput Mortem Violet. But I approached each of the petals the same way. I really thought of each of these as more of an abstract type drawing. I wasn't thinking of them as petals. I was thinking, let me just fill in these shapes and work through them one by one. This was definitely a difficult drawing for me. And on Patreon, this is more of an advanced tutorial. But I did manage to capture all of the footage for this entire piece. So on Patreon, you can slow that down and watch as slow as you want and stop and pause and see exactly what I'm doing. Here on this petal, you can see that process, how I'm just really starting to fill this in. I always like to look when I'm faced with something challenging, like a petal like this, where I don't really know where to start. You just have to find one thing that you know for sure that you can fill in, and then you move out from there. And the colors don't have to be perfect in that first layer. You just need to get that blocked in. And once you get an area blocked in, then again, you just move to the next area. And before you know it, you start to get something that resembles what you're going for on your reference image. And you just keep building and adding layers. Moving on to my next petal here. Again, it's so completely different from the petal next to it that I just drew. The only thing that connects these would be just the colors that I'm using. A lot of the same pencils. Have a piece of tracing paper under my hand just to protect the drawing and also to protect the white of the paper. I don't want my hand to smudge anything. I want that paper to stay nice and bright white. So I'm really careful around the edges of my drawings. I like those to be nice and sharp and crisp. And if I do drag any pigment onto the white of the paper, I try to erase that up as soon as I can. I have a really good block eraser and then also an electric eraser so I can get right up to the edges. moving on to the next section, there are more lighter tones in this section. So I've got more wheat and beige colors. You'll also see me start to bring in some markers from Copic, and I was working back and forth between the markers and the pencils. That's a technique I've just recently started experimenting with, just the past year. And I really like how that's going so far. You could definitely draw this without the markers. And I talk about how to do that in the tutorial. But essentially just work the same way you do on the first section of the piece, which is back and forth between the pencils and the solvent. I relied heavily on this beige pencil from Holbein. It was a great color. And any of the yellow you see, or the yellow tones, that's going to either be cream or sand from Prismacolor. This was a challenging petal. There were so many different colors in here and so many shapes. I was trying to capture the idea of the 3D effect of these petals being rounded. I want it to look like it's sort of cupped. And I use some contour lines or vein lines as well as value to create that effect. Here I'm filling in an area that's just going to be a really dark value, layering some of my darker pencils. Sometimes you just need to take a break and do something that's going to be easy. And I also find that filling in sections where it's just a solid dark value can be almost a placeholder, or it can help you to really clearly see what goes around that area. It helps you find your place. Because each of these petals was so different, I had to draw on a lot of different techniques that I know. I looked at each individual petal and tried to decide, what techniques am I going to need to draw from here? Do I need to block some of the paper using a white pencil first? Do I want to use markers? Where exactly do I want to start? So it helps to have some experience before you tackle something challenging like this. This particular petal that you can see me getting started on here was one of the most difficult areas of the drawing. It was such a frilly petal, lots of detail going on. One thing that can help is, because there is so much detail here, if I make a mistake or if I get one of these lines slightly off or in the wrong place, it's not going to matter. Nobody's going to notice. If you compare it directly to my reference image, then you'll be able to find those areas where I was slightly off. But most people aren't going to be comparing my drawing to my reference image. And so they're going to have no idea. So that's a tip. If you're drawing something simple, you can't make too many mistakes because it's going to be really obvious. But when you're drawing something like this with so much detail, if a shadow is slightly off or one of your outlines is slightly off, nobody's going to know. And it's really not going to matter in the big scheme of things. I made so many mistakes on this drawing, if you want to label them that way. Very occasionally I'll erase something up and try to get it closer to the reference, but most of the time I'll just go with it. There are several stringy areas right in the center here where the stamens of this flower are wilting, and I waited until I got most of the petals, the larger petals around these areas, drawn in first. That way I could see where these stringy areas go. And then I just outlined them and colored them in. I think the value is really important in that area. You want some highlights, but you also want some really dark values to offset and it needs to look like this is the center of the drawing, so it needs to recede some. And you can see what a layering process this is as I just work back and forth on that section. Even using some black in there. A couple really valuable pencils were the Prismacolor Black Cherry and Black Raspberry. And then moving to the final section, this far right side, this is where more of the browns come in, more of the reddish browns. And I just continue to work petal by petal, area by area here. This particular petal, I wanted a really dark value, but a blurred effect. Almost like this one is more out of focus. So again, just lots of layers. Tried to tie a few of the colors from the left side of the drawing into the right side of the drawing just for some cohesiveness. And finally onto the stem. Nice muted green, super simple. And once again, here is my completed drawing. If you would like to learn how to draw this yourself, I have a 3-part tutorial over on Patreon. I also have several beginner-friendly tutorials if you're not ready to tackle something quite this challenging, but you do want to get started with colored pencils. So check that out if you're interested. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video here on YouTube. Bye, everybody.